Okay, so this one goes out to Dr. Dan.
Hey, we're going to do for you.
I have a question for you.
All right, let's see it.
Pause for... Okay, so I was out on my evening walk, when I walked past a community sign wishing everyone a happy holidays, as one does. But it also reminded me that this is around the time when we get people who see this as a trigger, like, don't take the Christ out of Christmas. Which then reminded me of, they don't like the use of Xmas instead of Christmas. The irony being that, if I recall correctly, having been a former Catholic, the X is an abbreviation, I believe, coming out of the Greek. The X being an abbreviation for Christ, and it was something the Christians did as a shorthand for the word. From I believe it was the Chiro, or something like that. Anyways, I figured this would be a perfect opportunity for you to enlighten us all on the origins of this religious tradition. Or I may be, completely wrong on this.
Hey, happy to help, and you are absolutely right. The X in Xmas is the English transliteration of the Greek letter chi or chi, and that represents the first letter in the title Christ, Christos in Greek. Now, this use of abbreviations goes all the way back to the very earliest manuscripts we have of the New Testament, where Christians abbreviated some divine names and divine titles. Normally what they did was take the first letter of the name or title and then the last one or sometimes even 2 or 3 letters of the same name or title and brought them together. And then they put a little line over the top to indicate that this is an abbreviation. So you have this throughout our earliest New Testament manuscripts, and they use that for centuries. Around 1,000 years ago, someone decided to take the word Christmas and do that, but they used the first 2 letters of the word Christ rather than the first and the last letter. So we have chi rho or chi rho and then mass. And then centuries later, someone did it with the first letter and the last letter of the word Christ. So we have chi tau mass. And then after that, around 17 and into the 1800s, it became shortened to just the chi and then the mass or Xmas. And within the last century, there have been a bunch of people who have expressed concern with this because they don't understand what this is. But the reality is this is just an abbreviation of the word Christ, and abbreviations for the word Christ go all the way back to the very beginning of Christianity. So there is nothing impious. There is nothing that is taking Christ out of the name at all. This is mainly just the ignorance of reactionary English-speaking folks.